Insulating your home will stop you feeling chilly drafts and could save you hundreds of pounds a year on your energy bills. Here are 4 budget-friendly ways to insulate your windows and doors, chimneys, water pipes, and the biggie, your loft. Draft-proofing your windows and doors could save around £25 a year on your energy bills. For windows, there are 2 main types of draft-proofing strips: foam seals, which cost upwards of a few pounds, and brush strips, which are a little pricier. Both fill gaps around the frame or between the frame and the window, but the latter is best for sash windows. To fit them, first make sure your window is clean and dry, and wipe with white spirit if needed. Then measure the length you need to cut and stick the strip along the frame using the self-adhesive. Peel off the back as you go and make sure you don't stretch it. And these strips work in the same way for doors too. Now, if you've got a gap under your door, you can fit a door brush for under £10. Measure the width of the door, slide the brush insert out and cut the frame to size using a saw. With pliers, cut the brush to the same width, slide the brush in and secure with super glue. Position it on the door so it's just touching the floor, then mark where you'll screw it in and fix it on using the screws provided. And you can also draft-proof your letterbox, again for less than a tenner. Place the seal over your letterbox, mark its position and screw it on. Finally, don't forget about keyholes. From just a few pounds, these screw on with a metal disc cover to close the gap. Chimney draft excluders cost from around £20 and could save you £17 every year, and 70 kilograms of CO2 emissions a year too, which is the equivalent of driving from London to Edinburgh in a small car. To fit one yourself, you have 2 main options. One is an inflatable excluder. Blow or use a pump to half inflate the balloon, then insert it up the chimney. Finish inflating, being careful not to overinflate and burst the balloon, then turn the tap to close so the air stays in. And it's worth checking back the next day to ensure the air hasn't escaped. Alternatively, get a material excluder, which can be a more environmentally friendly option. Materials like wool, such as the chimney sheep, are breathable and help prevent condensation. These usually work by compressing to fit the size of your chimney, but you'll have to measure the inside of your chimney to get one that fits the full opening. And once your excluder is in, always remember to remove it if you want to light a fire. Insulating your pipes and hot water tank is super easy. It helps prevent heat loss and your pipes from freezing if they're in a cold place. Foam pipe covers cost around £2 per metre and slot easily around your pipes and can be cut to fit if needed. Insulated jackets cost around £15 and are also easy to fit around a hot water tank. And just doing this alone is likely to pay for itself in just 1 year. Just make sure you buy one that's at least 80mm or 3 inches thick. Insulating your loft costs from around £5 per metre squared and could save you £135 a year and 580 kilograms of CO2 emissions, which is equivalent to a return flight from London to Moscow per passenger, plus a bit more. It can be a big job to do yourself, but if there's no damp and you don't have a flat roof, it should be doable. Most insulation materials can be an irritant, so you'll need a mask, goggles and gloves. Alternatively, sheep wool insulation is nicer to handle and sustainable, but pricier. First, make sure your attic is cleared and you only step on the joists. You can also lay a board over them to lean on. And if there are any light fittings, cap them before laying insulation to prevent overheating. Carry the insulation in its packaging into your loft. Most attics will already have some laid between the joists. The recommended height is 270mm minimum. Now roll it out between the joists, layer it up making sure it's in the opposite direction, then cut to size and leave a gap at the eaves to help with ventilation. If you want board on top, you need to make sure you don't squash the insulation, as that reduces its effectiveness. You'll need to add loft stilts so the boards lay above the insulation, or use rigid board insulation and fix the boards on top. You should also insulate your loft hatch. You can also draft-proof the hatch using foam seal, and if there's pipes or a water storage container in your loft, insulate those too.
For more ways to save on your household bills, as well as the latest news and reviews, click the link on screen to sign up to our free weekly Buy Smart newsletter. Check out the video below to find out how to cut your laundry bills by £100 a year. And for more videos like this, subscribe to the Which YouTube channel.